It's Gem City Tonight with Andrew Mitakides, featuring music director Amy James. Tonight's guests from Ghosnotes, Chad Wells. Owner and trainer at AT Canine, Tanner Libert. And from Mutt's Hot Sauce, Charlynda Scales. And now, here's your host, Andrew Mitakides.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Wow, we got a good crowd tonight. This is going to be fun. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gem City Tonight. I'm your host, Andrew Mitakides. We have a great show for you, but before we get going, I just want to point out, we have Amy back tonight. Love it. She's, I want you to tell me, like, what exactly are you doing? You're at Miami University, so what are you finishing up? So this is the last, true. So this is the last time we get you, maybe ever, or for a while, maybe?
For a little while, but
okay.
yeah, I may sneak in. You may see me sneaking.
I mean, clearly you snuck in, and I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
So, but love to have you back, baby.
Thank you.
So, but we do have a fun-filled show, and it promises to be everything that you can possibly imagine. We're going to talk about ghosts. We're going to talk about puppies. We're going to have hot sauce. This episode just seems to be about torturing me for some weird reason. Because Chad Wells is going to come on and talk about ghosts, because I love those. I literally get attacked in a segment at AT Canine. Now, it's controlled, by the way. It was totally safe and totally fine, but when you hear the snarl of the dog, I changed shorts. I don't know about you, but I did. And then I literally have to try something called ghost sauce later. I don't know who booked that. Never mind. I know exactly who booked that. Thank you. So none of this is going to end well for me. So if I finish this episode and we move on to the next one for Valentine's Day, it's going to be great. Actually, the only torturous thing I can actually say that's happened to me is watching my Jaguars play this season. God, it was awful. It wasn't so much football as it was like, hey, you want a touchdown? There you go. All right. No, you want a field goal? You know what? Don't worry about it. Go have a schwitz. Go have a schwitz. And then we'll just kick it for you. Boom. There you go. All right. Enjoy. 3 points. This coming from a town where the hottest bar in town is an Applebee's. So, you think I'm kidding? I've been there. It's not good. Well, as many as you know, that this is actually going to be recorded before the AFC and NFC championship games. So we actually don't know what teams are going to go to the Super Bowl. I think we're going to do something afterwards and so forth. But all I can tell you for certainty, and with a smile on my face, it's not the goddamn Patriots. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. What? Are you a Patriots fan? I'm looking right at Melissa. Melissa's like, what? Yeah, that's right. After a decade of dominating the league, they lost in the wild card round to, of all teams, the Tennessee Titans. Yeah. But does Tom Brady need another Super Bowl? Really? He's coming back next season. He's confirmed it. But he's got 6. Are you kidding me? He could have stopped at 5 and still been the greatest of all time. But then he went for 6. You really want to go for 7? Come on. There should be a mercy rule when it comes to Super Bowls. And I think once you get to 8, you got to give one to the Bengals or the Browns. I think it's just fair. I think it's just fair. You're a Bengals fan, right?
I am,
yeah.
yes.
Browns. All right. How many Bengals fans we got in a room? Okay. All right. How many Browns fans we got in a room? Okay. How many other fans do we have in the room? All right. What do you got?
Cowboys.
Oh, God. All right.
I'm a
Oh,
fan.
Lord. And I'm a Jaguars fan. So, anybody else? Random fans? No? All right.
I like the Saints.
Huh? Random. Who's ever playing? And I have a beer. It's fine. Brian's like, you know what? I'll just watch and drink. So the teams that are actually playing are the Titans, the Chiefs, Packers, and the Niners. So who do you think is going? Of those 4. Because the Titans play the Chiefs, so it's one of those. Who do you think is going to win that?
Chiefs.
Okay. Yeah, it's got to be the Chiefs. So Chiefs and Packers, that's what we got over here. What do you think, Chiefs and Packers?
I want the Packers to win because Aaron Rodgers is so damn hot.
I knew that was coming. Why did I knew it was coming. I knew it was. Okay, by the way, yes, I'm going Chiefs and Packers as well. That's going to be me. And even better, the Super Bowl is actually being played in Miami. So 3 of the 4 teams that are northern are actually going south for the winter. That is such a northern thing to do. Just get out of where it's cold. Yes, Florida. God's waiting room, where everything is in the 80s. The average age, temperature, and IQ. I missed you. I missed you. But isn't that where the TV show Dexter was filmed? So if the Chiefs do make it to the Super Bowl, someone's going to die anyway.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah. You didn't give me crap, but okay, that's fine. All right. Crowd's on edge tonight. I'm cool with this. So anyway, so what I was saying was, the prompter just stopped. Hey, there it is. Technical difficulty. It's fine. We totally got this. The halftime show this year is actually J-Lo and Shakira. Do you know that?
Ooh, booty, booty.
Yeah. I think that's going to actually be the most entertaining thing on the field. But I kind of want Ryan Tannehill from the Titans to make it, because if he does, that'll be the biggest boob on the field since Janet Jackson. How did that not go over? I wrote that,
good.
I left it in, I knew it was cheesy, and I kept it.
I liked it.
God. You ever been to Miami?
Just the school.
Just touche. Touche. Yeah, there's a lot of businesses in Miami and a lot of doors you can open. Now, granted, most of the doors are the ones that people got there on, but there's opportunities nonetheless. Wow, that went over like a lead balloon.
I laughed.
Speaking of partying, like Miami, Dayton was actually just ranked number 3 of the top 10 best cities for nightlife in America.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this again. Dayton was just ranked 3rd of the top 10 cities for the best nightlife in America. It was produced by Apartment Guide, and what it does is it's apartments and people per capita per bars. So the criteria was report based on nightclub and businesses and stuff like that. So it totally made sense. So we're 3rd. Cincinnati was number 2. Want to take a guess what number 1 was? St. Louis.
Oh.
Yeah, St. Louis. I mean, who made this list? John Hamm? Good God. Yeah, he's doing it Don Draper style. After this, we're going to go out for some steaks and an STD.
Ew.
It's Mad Men. It's a Mad Men joke. 4th was Green Bay, speaking of the Packers. And 5th was Cleveland. Who made this list? I mean, Cleveland I get. When your river sets on fire, you're in for a really good time. Hey-oh. Even Robert's like, oh, God. That's, ooh. And finally, speaking of things going up in flames, Nicolas Cage is back in the news. Melissa's got the phone out. I was like, yes, Nicolas Cage, and get this, is reportedly in talks to play himself, trying to land a role in a Quentin Tarantino movie. Now, the meta-sounding and actual title of the film, The Unbearable Weight of a Massive Talent. It's seriously, I'm not, you can Google it, and undergoing final negotiations to be picked up by Lionsgate, according to the Hollywood Reporter. How does this film get made? I mean, I got nothing against Nicolas Cage. Gone in 60 Seconds, you know, Leaving Las Vegas. I'm totally fine with Nicolas Cage. Early Nicolas Cage. The other stuff, did you see when he got drunk and sang Purple Rain at a bar after his divorce?
No.
Google this, please. You'll thank me. You know what? I think he has a better chance of actually finding the Declaration of Independence than he does finding an audience for this thing. All right, we got a great show for you. Stick around. Amy James, everybody. Was that Umbrella?
It was.
Ooh, so those of you who don't know watching at home, I'm actually going to be on Dayton Dancing with the Stars, and that's the song I'm dancing to.
It's a beautiful song.
My dance partner Olivia at Arthur Murray, which is fantastic. It's going to be in February 7th, I believe, at the Nutter Center, and there's a couple different criteria, but we were practicing. We're getting to the final end because we have 10 lessons, and we're getting to the end, and there's a move that I do. I can't give it away. But at one point, I shoot her between my legs.
Oh, wow.
Not making that up. It's going to be a thing of beauty.
I took a dance class there for Christmas, and my hips have never been the same. It's a lot of stepping.
I'm leaving that one alone.
It's a lot of sidestepping, you know what I mean? I know what you know what I'm talking about.
I missed the, what did I say the other day that I thought of you? Oh, the nun and a cucumber patch.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite when I'm really hot.
Yes, yes. So one of the segments we're going to have, obviously we talked about the AT Canine. So where we go, and it's a great facility, and we'll do the segment here in a bit. But it's about like training dogs, and anything from puppies to like obedience training to like if you want to train your dog to protect you. They also train police dogs or whatever. Like it's a fantastic facility out in Vandalia, and Tanner is great. And the dog that actually they have attacked me was beautiful dog ever. If my dogs are watching, I'm sorry, I love you. I have 2 St. Bernards, and I love them, Prince and Lola. But this dog is beautiful. Yeah. So it's from the Canary Islands.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's exotic.
Yeah, so, but that got me thinking. In 2018? Is that what we're doing? Yeah, it was 2018. I decided, what are the best dog breeds? You have a cat.
I do. She's basically a dog.
How many cat people do we have in a room? Okay. How many dog people we have in a room? How many people don't have animals?
Greg.
Jackie's like, I'm a dog person. Got one? Not a goddamn one. But I love them.
That's awesome.
So we decided to go through the top 10 list in 2018 of the best dogs. Sorry, if you can tell,
I can tell.
I'm getting over something. Yeah. Everybody's getting over something.
Right.
It's like you finally get over the cold.
Yeah.
And then it's like that cough and that voice lingers.
Yeah.
For like whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I sound like what's her name and like no more wire. I sound like Kathleen Turner.
Kind of sound like the nanny.
Oh, darling. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Anyway, so we wanted to do the top 10 dogs. All right, number 10.
Is my ex on there?
You. Wow. Yeah, give yourself a rim shot.
Oh, I can't. It's too hard to find.
All right. Number 10, Yorkshire Terrier.
Oh.
Little Yorkshire Terrier. Number 9, a short-haired pointer.
No
okay.
idea.
Number 8, and this one surprised me, a Rottweiler. I mean, they're good dogs. I just didn't know, like, it was. Number 7, a poodle.
Aww.
Fun fact, actually a hunting dog.
Really?
That's what they were bred for. They were hunting dogs.
I could see that.
So, and then they gave him the weird haircut, and they looked like Marilyn Manson in the 90s. Number 6, a beagle.
Aw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 5, a bulldog. Yeah,
They hit the gym,
little,
yeah.
University of Georgia bulldog, UGA. Number 4, even cuter, French bulldog. Oh, with the ears.
Yeah.
Do you know that like they actually have to? This is too much. This is whatever. If we get a letter, we get a letter. They have to actually inseminate the dog because their hips are so close together, they can't.
That sounds like a good time, I guess. I don't know.
You know. My hands got too close together. Yeah, the FCC is going to send me a letter. Number 3, golden retriever.
Oh, my favorite.
Number 2, German Shepherd.
Okay.
Which is actually, we have one of the German Shepherds on the segment. And then at number 1, Labrador Retriever.
Yeah.
So for the record, St. Bernard on this list was 48.
Wow.
This list is crap.
Right.
I protest. I don't want anything to do with it.
It was 2018. It's not current.
We were all losing our minds.
Right.
It's crazy. All right. So we'll be right back. When we do, we're going to head over to AT Canine. So stick around for more Gem City Tonight.
It wasn't always like this. My friends were slowly going away. They found other people. And the world was slowly revolving around me. With my classes becoming harder and harder, and the constant stress of applying to college, it seemed like suicide was the answer to all of this. It was so easy to do, right there and then. I could have done it, but someone reached out to me. This person actually cared for me, talked to me, and understood me. Suicide is never the answer. Know the signs, find the words, and reach out.
All right, welcome back to Gem City tonight. So I had a really, really fun, unique opportunity, and I know, don't be jealous, but I got to go play with puppies. Except at the end of the segment, you won't be jealous. Now, everything was great. It was so much fun. You know what? AT Canine, a Greek in the streets. Enjoy some puppies. Hey, Gem City tonight. Tonight, we actually are at AT Canine in Vandalia. And not only do I get to do one of my favorite segments because it involves puppies, but we get to learn about some of the amazing things they do. Not only working with police dogs, but we also do imprinting, they do training. I mean, it's gonna be a really, really fun night. And guess what? I get to play with puppies.
I've been a dog enthusiast, we'll call it, dog man, whatever you want to prefer it as.
Okay.
Going on probably close to 20 years now.
Okay.
My love started with our local police canine in my hometown.
Gotcha.
My first experience with any working dogs was 13 years old in a bite suit.
All right,
So I started on the opposite.
You
end
jumped
of us.
in.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
I did have, both my uncles worked dogs and worked at police departments, so I had access to, meet these guys and be around the dogs in the community. They did a really, really good job bringing me up. I got to meet a lot of people through that process.
And you guys have only been open for?
Here, about a year.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, just shy of a year at this point.
So what made you want to take the next step to have your own company like this?
So with the working dogs that we see, we imprint them a little different. We build a different foundational relationship with them. It's a little bit tighter, a little stronger. And that's why we're able to get what we get out of those dogs.
Okay.
I feel like the general public lacks in that area. The early on imprinting of a kid, of a child is no different than a puppy, right?
Right.
Kids go to kindergarten. A puppy should go somewhere to learn how to learn.
It's like, what, the first 4 months?
Yes. So we start most of our dogs off right at 8 weeks if we can.
Okay.
That's going to be our personal dogs to come to the facility. We like to have second rounds of shots, and that's more or less just for the safety of all the other dogs, other people. We do want to continue to train dogs and not have any issues.
True. And you guys can sign up for either one class or you can do sessions of you have multiple ones.
Yeah,
up
so we
top to
do
10.
single sessions here as well as off-site sessions. Single, we do prefer that a dog goes through a package first before we do anything off-site.
Right.
A lot of times those are people that want to work off leash, and I need to make sure that dog will show those behaviors here.
So off-site being like in the home or going to a
So
park?
I prefer not to train at the home because that's going to be one of the few places you're not going to have to use a lot of your training. That's where we're going to need manners over obedience.
So
once we leave that front door and we're not in the backyard, but we're in the front yard and in the real world, that's when we need that dog to understand the proper obedience.
Socialize it around people, getting used to outside environments.
Absolutely. Yep.
I gotcha. So how many dogs do you think you have now?
We're up around 30 right now.
Okay.
Currently. So we're doing pretty well. Some are new. This time of year we get a lot of rescues, which is something I actually enjoy. Not every dog has to be a working dog or a great obedience dog. One of the things I do enjoy here in the last few weeks, I've had dogs come in from the holidays, obviously, purchased from the pound that really didn't have much of a life to begin with, and teaching those dogs that it's not about obedience, and same with the owner. It's not about obedience and manners at this point. It's about letting your dog be a dog.
Right.
Right. I can't teach it anything else unless it understands what it is.
Old dog, new tricks isn't something that people don't understand.
Yeah, you can teach an old dog anything new you want. It's hard to get rid of learned behavior.
Well, perfect. Well, so one of the things that, I have 2 dogs at home. How often do people come in for training?
We prefer that you come in once a week. So we don't want to overload and get the dogs, bored with the training. And training doesn't take an hour either. We do set a 1 hour session aside every week for every customer. We come in, we usually do 10 to 12 minutes of work. We'll take a 5-6 minute break. And like I said, that's to keep the dogs interested and excited to do the behaviors.
Gotcha.
But yeah, generally we're looking about once a week. They train probably 4 times a day. And I bet they don't do it for more than 10 minutes total for the entire 4 sessions.
Gotcha.
So you're looking, any 2 to 3 minutes, explosive, he's done.
One of the things that, if you look through the list, if you go to your website, if you go to Facebook, the list of what you guys do is extensive.
Yes.
Anything from puppy imprinting to tactical training to protection training. I know in a little bit, we're going to see your dog.
Yes.
Who is gorgeous. We'll get there. But yeah, so we'll take a break and we'll be right back with more puppies. So you're welcome, Gem City, tonight. All right, we're back with Gem City tonight. We've had an amazing time here at AT Canine. I mean, I got to play with puppies. I mean, it's pretty fantastic. The only real question is why am I in this chair? What?
How you doing, Andrew?
What's going on, Tanner?
Well, so one of the things we do here, we train both apprehension and protection dogs through controlled aggression.
Okay.
So I'm going to need you to hang on to that for a minute.
And that is?
That's a bite sleeve, sir.
And why would I need that?
You're taking a bite.
I'm sorry, what?
You're going to be taking a bite.
Oh, good. Well, we've had an amazing time here at AT Canine. It's been an honor to do the show. Is this Lowell's idea? This was Lowell's idea. Yeah. This is... Why? Where'd he go? What? Okay, that's a sound.
See. Oh, that's a boy. That's a boy. That's a boy. See, that's a boy. All right. Pin guard, base up. Base up.
Yeah.
See. Oh, that's a boy. That's a boy. That's a boy. See, that's a boy. All right. Pin guard, base up. Base up.
And we're back. Okay. What the heck? Tanner, what the hell? Are you kidding me?
How'd that feel?
Well, after I peed, it was, I mean, I can see, like how strong it is. And like, I don't think people realize how strong.
So that's one bite, and what we call this is a training sleeve. So there's 3 different levels to these.
Right.
These are gonna go along with what we call a bite suit or bite jacket.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a training suit, a semi-comp suit, and a competition suit. The training suit is the thickest of the whole bunch. So all that pressure that you felt was through the thickest available option we have to protect ourselves.
That is not comfortable.
Not at all.
Good Lord.
Definitely enough pressure in there to break some arms, break some bones very, very easily.
Yeah, you were talking about you could go to a femur?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Lowell, you're doing it next time. But I want to thank you so much for having us out
No
today.
problem, sir. We appreciate you guys coming out.
This is an absolute blast. So how do we find you? ATcanine.com?
Yep, atcanine.com. We're on Facebook as well and Instagram. Reach out to us on our phone number, 937-550-3773.
Cool.
And you're always feel free to stop on by. We're here from 10 to 7, Monday through Friday.
Right in Vandalia.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, that happened. That was... Now, first off, keep in mind, disclaimer, that was entirely controlled, completely safe. I knew exactly, I've met the dog Aurelius before. It was entirely safe. I had on one of the, literally industrial ones, so completely controlled. He does that for police officers never. So, disclaimer, totally safe. Did I pee myself? Shit, yes. Did you hear the snarl on that dog when it came out?
I did.
And the best part is they took it behind Lowell. Mm-hmm. And I just saw Lowell's face be like,
I saw your face be like that.
yeah, well, when he comes out, and it's always a good thing to hear when the dog comes out and goes,
Yeah.
by the way, don't make eye contact with it. I was like,
Oh.
that was my first wife.
My ex. I was going to say that.
Their vision's based on movement.
Right.
I had to make a Jurassic Park joke, I really did. No, but I want to thank everybody at AT Canine, Tanner, Annie, everybody that let us come out. They are fantastic. You can find them on social media at AT Canine. Anything from puppies to police training, anything you can think of, they are fantastic. So, but when we come back, we're gonna move into the ghost side of it with Chad Wells and his entourage talking about paranormal. Be right back.
A diagnosis does not define me.
And vision loss doesn't determine my character.
It's our drive that shows who we are.
And we are here to let those challenged with blinding retinal diseases know
That we are driven too.
To be a beacon of strength, a champion of courage.
An advocate for hope.
We fund.
we fight.
We win.
We
We are the foundation
fighting blindness. Join the fight at fightingblindness.org.
All right, what am I back into? There we go. Hey, welcome back to Gem City Tonight. So like I said, my first guest tonight is not only someone who's been on the show before, but he brought a bit of a crew. So put your hands together for Chad Wells. Welcome back to the show.
How are you?
Good, good.
It's good to see you again.
You were on the first season.
I was.
You adorned me.
Honored to do so, yeah.
It was great,
for
but
sure.
but that's not why you're here. You've brought quite a group with you, so I'll let you introduce them.
I did. This is my wife, Michelle Wells.
Hello, nice to meet you.
And this is my co-singer, co-vocalist in our band, Cricket Bows, Erica Watson.
Hello.
Nice. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
So, obviously, Wells and Company Tattoo, but that's not why you're here.
No.
So you have a new kind of venture that I want to talk about.
Yes.
So, Ghosnotes.
Yeah.
All right. So how did it come about?
Well,
And then describe what it is.
okay, so Ghosnotes is a paranormal show. The sort of zeitgeist of now is paranormal everything. I think there are paranormal builder shows, there are paranormal boat shows, and everything. The Travel Channel is now the Paranormal Channel. But we, as a group traveling around playing music, we get to be in all these kind of crazy buildings, old theaters and old bars and saloons that have these histories, and ultimately almost every time we play some new place, somebody says, well, did you hear about the ghost in the back, or did you hear about the thing that happens here? And we're all very interested in that kind of stuff. So actually my wife and Erica started sort of doing their own little Scooby-Doo mystery crew backstage at the shows.
To explore.
Yeah.
We're curious. How
Makes
is
sense.
curiosity? That's
And
right.
so the sort of idea was hatched to do a show with the two of them, sort of like Ghost Moms or something.
So who roped who in? You roped him in, or it was?
I think it was just
Whoa, what is that? What is that?
She and I talked about it a lot.
we
and,
did.
And we had all kinds of plans. And I think he got excited because we were going to go traveling and all
Right.
kinds of exploring. And I want to go
Wait a
too.
minute,
Yeah.
like I want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally jumped into their
jumped in.
thing.
We're okay with that.
And,
It's
Yeah,
okay.
that's
like
right.
you guys, I know how to edit it, and I can put all together.
You
There's
sold
a lot
yourself.
of
You
firsts
sold yourself.
Bringing
Yeah, I
Chad
did.
Wells
I had
with
to-
you.
That's right. He has talent, so we needed him.
So you guys were just featured in Paranormal Daily News,
Yes.
talking about it. So what was that interview like?
Super cool. So
It was.
First off, I didn't know Paranormal Daily News existed.
it
And if you-
actually
it's actually great. I read a bunch of stuff on it.
so fun. You know what? I think it's they have a serious side where there are a lot of like parapsychologists and people like that are involved with it, but it's also got a fun side, sort of like the old Weekly World News, National Enquirer sort of side, like.
Elvis is still alive.
Yeah, a lot of kind of stuff like that. But what's really neat is the woman who writes for them that became interested in us was in Australia. So she was interviewing us remotely while the wildfires were raging outside.
Right.
You know, and it was a neat, thing to and it was, they're 16 hours ahead of us. So we were talking to her. She was in the future. It was.
To make it even more
To make
fun.
it even more paranormal, she was ahead of us
She was
in
time
time.
traveling, yeah.
So, but no, it was great. They really, really wonderful woman that interviewed us, Linda, and the the group there that runs the Paranormal Daily News has been super supportive, and they're doing all kinds of stuff to push us on social media. And I think they liked the fact that we went into this not trying to be big shot paranormal investigator, like every paranormal show.
Ghost hunters.
Which I think they look like bouncers. It's always like bouncers with
all black,
yeah.
all the time.
Ghost bouncers.
Like,
yeah.
what?
I'm very tough. I cannot be scared by this. Oh my gosh, did you hear that?
Did you hear the door? Like, yeah.
So we didn't
laugh
want
a
to do
lot.
that.
We
Yeah,
have
we
fun,
go and we
we
giggle
don't have
and
all the lingo directly down.
Yeah.
Which is a lot less pressure.
So they liked that because
Yes.
everybody's trying so hard now,
Fresh
and,
Right.
and we're trying to do a great show, but we're just trying to be us, you know.
So as I was reading through the article, you guys are full believers in spirits and?
I am.
I would
Okay.
say Erica is.
Okay.
Yes.
Because-
I'm open to anything, but I guess I would be more of a skeptic. But I want to be proven
Because
wrong.
that was one of the things I was reading the article, and you openly admitted you were a skeptic.
Yeah, I think that a lot of it is BS. It can be explained by scientific reasoning and houses creaking and things like that. But I also, have had moments where I cannot find those scientific reasons myself. So it does create a sense of, well, what is going on here?
As we've shot more episodes, it's fun to watch his reaction because he can't explain
Yeah,
things away.
those
So-
are my
Right.
favorites.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
left going, that was spooky.
Yeah.
I went to school in the South, so every building, and the college I went to was founded in 1775.
Oh, wow.
So every building's got a ghost.
Lot of
Everything's got a story. Yeah. So I totally get it. So we're going to go to break real quick, but when we come back, I want to talk about how your band, Cricket Bows, kind of ties in,
Yes.
and talk about some of the fun lingo that I found.
For sure.
So, all right, we'll be right back with more Gem Cities Tonight.
Heiny, tushy, badonkadonk, call it what you want, but talk to your doctor, because the American Cancer Society says colon cancer is a leading cause of cancer deaths in the U.S. I was diagnosed with colon cancer, but I might have avoided it completely if I just had my keister checked. So get off those juicy doubles and go get your rump shaker screened so you can say you literally saved your own Can we change padonkadonk?
All right, we're back with Chad Wells and the paranormal team, which I just love saying out loud, especially being a Ghostbuster. So I want to tie into something. So Cricket Bows is your band in town.
Yeah.
Fantastic, you play all the time. But it has a tie-in to the first sound you ever heard.
When we were doing the show, yeah, when we were, as part of our research, we've brought in some tools and things that are classic paranormal sort of research devices, electromagnetic field meters and things like that. But one of the things we got into is an item called the Spirit Box. And the Spirit Box is just an FM transmitter that automatically cycles at different speeds through radio channels. So you get a lot of like white noise and bits of broadcasts, and you can sort of use it like a Ouija board. You can ask a question and then someone wears it, or you could just hold it up in the room. And
Wait, stop, go back. What? You can ask questions?
So you hold the Spirit Box, and the way that we do it is Michelle wears some noise canceling headphones, and she wraps her eyes so that she can't see or hear us. She can't see or hear the questions. And she sits in the room that we choose to do this in.
Sounds like my first marriage.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. And we will ask, is there a spirit here, and all of those typical questions, and she'll have
either sputter
anything that
nonsense
she
or
hears coming
something that
through.
blows you away.
She just says it out loud, whether we're asking a question or
very
not. She's just
cognitive.
throwing out words and sounds that she's hearing or things that she's getting. And what was crazy was the first time that we really did it, that we weren't just playing with it. We went into the basement of the building where my tattoo shop is,
Right.
In the Fireblocks district. There's an old speakeasy there that was thriving.
Didn't know
during
that.
Oh yeah, I'll take you down there.
That's
you gotta
awesome.
come down and see it.
Amazing.
But it's some of the molding and everything's still there, and there's still little graffiti on the walls and stuff. But we went down into the speakeasy, and she was sort of drawn to the entrance to the old
There
speakeasy.
was a secret
There was a
entrance.
secret entrance to the basement.
Okay.
And so she sat right there at it's a bricked up loading dock basically underground. She sat right there, dimmed the lights, sort of candlelight kind of thing, and we started asking questions. And the first thing was, is there somebody present here? And it said success. She said success,
That was the first word.
which for us it's the first word in the first Cricket Bow song that we ever played together. Was a song called Little Tiny Houses, and it starts with the word success. Like we're
Okay.
here.
The hair on the back of my neck is standing
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
I don't know if anybody else here. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really interesting. And we asked a lot of questions, and if you watch the pilot episode that's on YouTube now, every question we ask gets answered, and like in really obvious. We say
very cognitive.
Yeah. Did you
intelligent responses?
Yeah. Were you? Did you lose a lot of
I'm
money?
gonna drink when I watch this show.
Yeah, I highly suggest it.
Well, and it's fun watching Chad too, knowing that he's more of a skeptical. Being kind of next to him and watching him watch his wife make cognitive responses and intelligent, words to follow up our questions, and him go, okay, like, what do we do with that information was just entertaining to me. Haha.
So since you're the firm believer, what are you looking for? What are you expecting? What do you want, you're looking for proof, or what are you trying to...
I'm after the experience, I'd say. I'm an experience chaser. If it's out there, I want to feel it, I want to see it. I'm going to stick my head right in the fire.
When did you get interested in it?
Oh, probably when I was a small kid.
Okay.
My parents were fairly liberal with letting me watch horror movies and get down on all those inappropriate things nowadays that we wouldn't be cool with. But and I've had a lot of lifetime experiences just having I always use the word paranormal because it's not normal. It's above normal experience, and therefore it's a paranormal experience. So I've had a lot of those in my life that I can't explain away. Some I'm sure could be scienced away, but that's not fun. So.
What about you, Michelle?
I would say the majority of my life, it started with spooky dreams. Where do spooky, scary dreams come from? And it led me there on and down the path. And we've had a lot of different things happen in our lives that have kept me open to any possibility. I've had a lot of experiences as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting that it comes around to that line. I know what you're...
Yes.
So when we first sort of formed together as Cricket Bows, and my wife, though she's not on stage with us, she's as much a part of the band as anybody. She's there for every second of everything.
She's our band wife.
But we're sort of sitting around and talking about things that you do with friends after hours kind of things. Right. And spooky experiences sort of came up, and we found that every single member of Cricket Bows had these really upsetting level of paranormal or UFO type experiences.
Alien
Interesting.
encounters.
Do
Yeah,
you think that's kind of an energy that pulled you all together?
Oh yeah, it really feels that way. Being a complete skeptic, I say no, but yes, it's that. It's fully that. We, so it was that sort of line of conversation that helped direct the band as far as what we were about and what we were going to try to represent musically and artistically. But it also sort of just kept feeding our wanting to look further. Weird things like we practice in this 100-plus-year-old church in St. Anne's Hill, and if there's going to be ghosts somewhere in Dayton, it's there.
It's got to be there.
So we've tried to record ourselves there. We play there. Everything's no technical problems in the building. But as soon as we try to record there, we have tracks disappear entirely.
I remember, we talked about this.
We'll play, we'll get it, we'll hear it back, it sounds awesome, and then the card is corrupted. It's gone.
Or we'll just hear voices that
were
not recorded.
We were recording in the space one time, and our drummer said, I could hear so-and-so singing in the background while we were recording that track. We might have to do it again. And I said, there was nobody singing in the background. He's like, no, I heard somebody singing along with you. That was Jim over there, wasn't it? And we're like, no. And then we listened back, and the voice wasn't there. He heard it in his headphones, but it wasn't in the... So lots of weird stuff.
Or the cameras just get turned off.
I'm gonna before I pee my pants. How do we find you? How do we find the show?
It's on YouTube. So we're gonna be doing. We've got a pilot episode that's up now. The first real official episode comes out this month. Later in the month. Ghosnotes. And we've got a Facebook page, Instagram page, all of the typical. Look up Ghosnotes, Wells and Watson. We have in addition to Cricket Bows, we have another duo that plays Cricket Bows music acoustically, basically, and that's sort of the vehicle for that too. Every episode, it's a musical paranormal show, so every episode we create some music or cover some music that's part of the episode, and then we release a single to Spotify. So the first single is Silent Running, which was a Mike and the Mechanics hit in the early 80s. We do an acoustic version of that we recorded in the speakeasy in the basement in the haunted room.
One of the episodes we just filmed, the Mothman you've heard of the Mothman
we went to Point
prophecy.
Pleasant.
Point Pleasant. So it was I believe it was the 50 year when the bridge collapsed. So we went there on that night,
The
and
Silver
there's a
Memorial
song.
Bridge.
Yeah, there was a song that was written about it, and so they learned it on the way down.
Nice.
And then performed it right there on the river.
On the banks of the Ohio in
That's
the
awesome.
freezing.
We got a lot of new
was
results
freezing.
there as well.
Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on the show.
No, thank
so
you.
much.
So check it out, Ghosnotes, and we'll be right back. Thank you guys. We'll be right back with more Gem City
Thank
tonight.
you.
Dad?
Gabe?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's okay.
Sorry.
You're all right.
Sorry.
It's okay, Gabe.
All right, welcome back to Gem City tonight. I've been looking forward to this segment because I'm a foodie, so it's actually going to be fun. But I think once we get to the hot sauce, that I'm going to have a really bad problem with it. But anyway, put your hands together for Charlynda Scales, the CEO of Mutt Sauce. How are we doing?
Good, Andrew. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Please have a seat.
Thank
I didn't know you were bringing two.
you. Yeah, right. He's going with me everywhere.
So how far along are you?
20 days.
20 days left?
Yeah.
Wow.
Keep it moving.
All right. Got a name yet?
No, not yet. I think I need to meet him first.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, I think it's just like I need to see his face and know that he's not Cletus and maybe he's something else.
Touche. Touche. Half of the audience just covered their mouths because they're trying not to laugh. Touche.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's get to it. Like I said, I've been looking forward to this segment. I am a huge foodie. I love sauces like this. I drown in it and everything. So what's the backstory of Mutt sauce?
Okay, so the story of Mutt sauce is actually about my grandfather. And that's where it all started, was back in 1956. My grandfather had this idea to make a sauce, and it was something that was in our family. So we, every family has grandma's cookies or pie.
Like the recipes that get...
Right. So, it was just something that was in our family. We would eat it every day on meals. It was the sauce that you could put on breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I was actually allergic to pepper, but he made a version for me without pepper, and I would put it on my
Like a good
eggs.
grandfather.
Yeah, Granddad was awesome. So since 1956, our family had been eating it. He was a veteran of Korean-Vietnam War, Air Force mechanic, aircraft mechanic, and he
56 to 70 something, I think I read. So many years of service.
Many years of service. He was in for over 20 years as an aircraft mechanic. And so my mother and her siblings, they lived all over the world. They settled back down in Tennessee, so all my family settled in Tennessee.
Where my grandmother's actually from.
Really?
Yep.
What part?
Just outside of Memphis.
Memphis.
Yep.
Yeah, we're in, well, we have to pull out the Tennessee map. So,
Yeah,
Memphis.
yeah, this is, yeah.
Yep, we're from Cookeville, so it's right in the middle.
Okay.
And then, of course, you'd have like all the guys on the East Coast. But
Gotcha.
we're smack dab in the middle. Cookeville's 45 minutes from Nashville. But I went to the service just like my grandfather did.
By the way, thank you for your service.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to serve. I found myself at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base right here in Ohio. And it was 8 years. My grandfather had passed away less than a year after I graduated college. And for 8 years, I had not had any meal with this sauce. And I thought, it's gone.
Right.
He left this world. He didn't leave this recipe. I was pretty sad about it. I called my mom to talk about it. And she said, yeah, I need to talk to you about something. Anytime someone says, we need to talk.
We need to talk. It's my least favorite word ever.
Okay.
I need to talk to you real quick. It's never,
talk.
every context is bad.
So I went to see her, and she handed me an envelope. And in the envelope was a handwritten recipe in his handwriting.
Wow.
And she said, before he passed away, he told me to give this to you, not my siblings, not the other grandchildren, to you.
Wow.
And she just thought it was so profound that she didn't say anything. I was like, what point were you gonna tell me? So that's how it happened. Was I got this recipe. It was 2013. I was still active duty. I had my plan. We're a 4-generation military family, actually. So service was what I thought my purpose was to serve.
Right.
And so now I'm thinking I have to do something. I don't know what. I went to Dayton SCORE. SCORE is a great organization that just teaches you about how to start a business.
Yep.
And I said, I have a piece of paper. I want to make some bottles for friends and family. I wasn't thinking company and things like that.
Right.
But the man that I met, John Suter, he was about my grandfather's age. He's like, I think you should find a manufacturer locally, have them make this, and then you can actually sell it. I said, well, let's just make a batch first.
And go from there.
And you go from there. So I took a U-Haul to Chillicothe, Ohio.
Okay, not close.
Not close.
North part of the state.
The first manufacturer was an Amish family out in Chillicothe.
Okay.
But I didn't know they don't use machines. So
yeah.
I walk into this warehouse with a big kettle, and there's this girl that looks like she's 12 with her bonnet, and she's stirring, and I know what it smells like. It has a very distinct smell. I was like, that smells like Mutt sauce. Are you legally allowed to work here? Like, she was super young.
So you're worried, like, it's like Nikes and shoes.
Any,
like, can we do this?
Yeah, I don't want to break any laws here. So it was a family. There was 3 people that day. They hand poured 700 bottles.
Wow, that's awesome.
The 3 of them, and then they don't have like there's a turnstile in a regular manufacturing plant that labels every bottle really fast. Theirs was a hand crank, 1 label at a time thing.
Wow.
They did that for the whole batch. So I took them back to Beaver Creek, Ohio. I joined the Beaver Creek Chamber of Commerce. And they said that they would have a launch party for the company. We had the launch party, and we sold every single bottle.
That's awesome. That's, wow.
And
that's,
so
that's
I was
a really
sitting
cool
there
story.
Like, yeah, I was just sitting there like, okay, wow. So it went from being just a couple bottles for my friends and family to we've sold 700 in less than a week, and now what do I do? So I went back to John, and I said, what do I do next? And he was like, you take this money, and you make more sauce. And I was like, well, it can't be that simple. So times that by 5 years, and now we've been a Dayton company for 5.5 years now.
That's fantastic. So, all right, enough about talking about this sauce. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, we're actually going to try it.
Yes.
All right, we'll be right back because I am starving.
Every child deserves a future. Every last child. That's why we do whatever it takes to ensure children grow up healthy, learning, and safe. Right here in the U.S. and around the world, just as we have for nearly 100 years. When it comes to children, we know that even the smallest act can make a big difference. By changing children's lives now, we're changing the course of their futures and ours. Join us.
All right, welcome back to Gem City Tonight. So we've been talking about the sauce with Charlynda. Now we're going to try it. So I'll let you, we have 3 in front of me, so I'll let you start.
Yeah, we're going to taste and believe. This is Mutt sauce. We have 3 flavors, original, sweet, spicy, and ghost pepper. So there are 3 speeds, as I call it. Sweet, tangy with a little bit of heat. This one, Andrew, has no heat. This is a kid-friendly version.
Okay.
You will be fine. There you go.
Oh, that's good. That is sweet. That is really good.
Yeah, it's sweet and tangy.
So, and this may be a dumb question, and you said it earlier, this is good for anything. Chicken, omelets, anything.
So you can put it on your hash browns or your eggs. You can take this one and replace your French or Catalina salad dressing.
That's a lot.
Right? We've had kids like put it on all their fries and stuff.
Okay. So what are we moving on to next?
So this is sweet and spicy.
Okay.
And I will tell you the secret, Andrew, and now we'll let it out to the world.
Here we go.
This is the original recipe.
Okay.
This is the one my granddad made for me because I couldn't have pepper, but this is the original recipe.
Okay. And the thing I love is that is Mutt on the label.
Yeah, he's on every bottle.
That's him.
my granddad. And Mutt was his call sign in Korean Vietnam.
That was my next question.
Yep.
Like, how did you?
He could blend in anywhere. He was the guy that, it didn't matter where he was at. He looked like he just belonged with everybody.
I was reading kind of the backstory, and I saw, like, there's a list of all the boats and that's like stuff he worked on.
Mm-hmm.
It's this long.
Oh, yeah. So when I tell you he was a hardcore aircraft mechanic, if it went in the air, he knew how to fix it.
That's what I meant, air, not boat. I said boat. I said boat, like an idiot.
He can't swim. Well, he couldn't swim.
I can barely swim.
I can't swim.
So, all right. So this is the original. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we
No,
go.
this is sweet and spicy.
Oh, this is okay. So.
But it's the original recipe. And people are surprised, like it's not supposed to be like a overwhelming heat. It's not supposed to be an overwhelming heat. It's just supposed to be like, yeah. So here's the other thing that we get. So when we demo this, we get a couple of questions. For this one, it is, can I drink it? Because you have the urge to want to drink it.
No, really?
The consistency,
well, it is.
The consistency is like, it's thicker than hot sauce, but thinner than barbecue. It's kind of a hybrid of both.
And then, okay, so there's like a delayed heat. I like that.
Yeah, it's
like
not
it.
in your face. It's not there to be like, God. There you go. It's kind of like the ghost, It's like, okay.
That is good.
Yeah. So that is the original recipe.
All right.
All right.
That's my bottle now.
Top lip.
Just in case anybody knew, that's mine now. So we're good.
Okay.
All right. Now, okay.
Now, what we have left is the ghost pepper.
Hold on, I'll be right back. All right.
It's okay, Andrew.
All right. Here we go.
You're gonna be fine. So.
Because I know, because the Carolina Reaper is the hottest on the
Yes.
on the Scoville scale.
So this is now like the 4th hottest. It's not even like the hottest anymore.
Perfect. Okay.
So we took powdered ghost pepper. Now this was a request from Ohio locals. They said, can you please give us one with a little kick to it?
A little kick?
A little kick.
This is a Bruce Lee roundhouse in the face.
It took me 6 months of studying peppers to come up with this.
Okay.
Because every pepper has its own flavor. Like a lot of them, like jalapeno, it would be jalapeno flavored Mutt sauce.
Right.
Habanero would be habanero flavored Mutt sauce. Ghost pepper doesn't really have a flavor.
Okay.
So it just blends in.
No, it's fire.
It's just
fire.
It's just heat. But we put it with Mutt sauce because it's sweet, know. So you're gonna taste sweet, and then you're gonna taste the heat.
So I just noticed the story is actually.
It's on every bottle.
I love it.
It's about him. You can read about him, and.
So when my eyes are watering from taking the sauce, I'm gonna.
You're going to be okay. Are you delaying this experience?
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't even picked the thing up yet.
So, and this is
This
really,
is milk, right?
Because this is, a little bit spicy. It's a great additive for drinks like the Bloody Mary. So we have a drink called the Bloody Mutt. And
I didn't even think of that.
Yes, add
Melissa's back here going, please, yes, can we?
It's
please.
your Friday night special. You just add, a spirit, add vodka, and yeah.
Okay. All right, well.
Let's just do this, Andrew. Let's get her done.
Whose idea was this? All right.
You can do this.
It's been a pleasure knowing you.
Yeah. So we have 2 different types of people. We have the ones who are like, oh, I'm fine. And then we have those that are frustrated because they were showing up prepared to die, and they're disappointed because they didn't die. But we're not. I told you.
Oh, when you say the word ghost pepper.
I told you.
I'm just like, okay.
We're not here to hurt you. We're a family brand, so it's all love.
So it's like a slow burn on the backside.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's heat. It's just subtle heat. So you can probably take a container that's like 4 of these with powdered ghost pepper, and that will do 8,000 bottles.
Really?
Mm.
Nice.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, and we're back. My tongue got, That is.
But you didn't die.
Day ain't over yet. Segment ain't over. Oh.
So those are our three main flavors. You can get these in Kroger's, Dots, Dorothy Lane Market, 2nd Street Market. So we're pretty available here locally and in Kroger.
So how do we find you on social media? Because I know you have a website.
Muttsauce.com.
Okay.
Just go to muttsauce.com.
All the social media platforms?
All of them.
And you can order it online as well?
You can just sit at home and have it sent to your front door.
Perfect.
Yeah, we try to make it convenient. We also did a launch on Amazon. So there are a lot of people over the holidays that were just like, Amazon Prime, you know.
So you're like worldwide?
Well, we're nationwide.
Okay.
So, and we also deliver to APO. So if there's deployed troops, and we'd always tell people this, if you have troops that are deployed and they want a care package, especially during the summer, or they're celebrating football season or something, they want to feel a piece of home, we'll ship it to them for free.
That's fantastic. And I love on the side, American made, veteran owned.
Absolutely.
I love it. I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for your service.
Thanks for having me. Welcome to the family.
I am in. And congratulations on a healthy baby boy.
Thank you.
So, all right, we'll be right back with more Gem City Tonight.
It wasn't always like this. My friends were slowly going away. They found other people. And the world was slowly revolving around me. With my classes becoming harder and harder, and the constant stress of applying to college, it seemed like suicide was the answer to all of this. It was so easy to do, right there and then. I could have done it, but someone reached out to me. This person actually cared for me, talked to me, and understood me. Suicide is never the answer. Know the signs, find the words, and reach out.
All right, that's our show. I want to thank AT Canine and Tanner. I want to thank Chad Wells and his whole group, and obviously Charlynda Scales from Mutt Sauce. That was really, really good. She is. But I want to thank you so much for coming back. Love having you back. So, all right, remember, Dayton, you're not alone.
And you never will be.
Have a good night.